Hello, and a warm welcome to all students of Europe Hotel School. I'm an AI expert specializing in modern hospitality operations, and it's a real pleasure to be part of your learning journey. Now, have you ever checked into a luxury hotel and just marveled at how everything, well, it just works? It can feel a bit like magic, right? But it's not. It's technology. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the most critical yet often invisible pieces of that puzzle, the humble elevator.
All right, so let's get right into it. The whole idea, the core promise of luxury hospitality, what is it really? I mean, it goes way beyond just beautiful rooms or fancy dining. It's all about creating a completely seamless, absolutely perfect guest experience, from the second they walk through the door to the moment they check out.
And that right there, that's the magic word, invisible. You see, the absolute best service is the kind the guest doesn't even notice. They don't have to think about it. Everything just flows. It's effortless, it's intuitive, it's flawless. All the gears and mechanics of the hotel, they're supposed to just fade away, becoming completely part of the background.
Okay, but what happens when one of those invisible gears suddenly grinds to a halt? And I mean, what if it fails at the absolute worst possible moment? Picture this. It's a busy Friday afternoon, the lobby is buzzing, it's peak check-in time.
Yeah, this quote really hits home for anyone in hotel management. An out-of-service elevator during check-in, look, that's not just an inconvenience. It's a full-blown crisis. Especially for a high-rise hotel, that's a single point of failure that can literally bring the entire operation to its knees. And just like that, the illusion of seamless luxury, it's shattered.
Because the problem isn't just about a broken machine, right? It's a domino effect, a chain reaction. All of a sudden, you've got these long, snaking lines at the front desk. You've got frustrated, tired guests who just want to get to their rooms. Your staff is completely overwhelmed, scrambling to manage the chaos. And the damage to your hotel's reputation? It can happen in an instant, and it can last a very, very long time.
So for years, decades even, the way we handled this was, well, purely reactive. You pretty much just waited for the crisis to hit. But today's world of hospitality, and frankly, today's guests, they demand something smarter, a much more intelligent strategy. Think about it. The old way was basically just waiting for things to break. Maintenance happened because a guest complained or because it was Tuesday, the second week of the month, you know? Someone would say the lift was acting a little strange, and only then would a technician get called. This approach left hotels wide open, completely vulnerable to these sudden, chaotic failures. And this is the huge shift we're seeing across the entire industry. It's a total change in mindset. The goal isn't just about fixing things quickly anymore. The new goal is to stop them from breaking in the first place. We're talking about a move towards predictive maintenance, and it's all powered by AI and real-time data. So what's making this possible? Well, a great example is a technology like Cone's 24/7 connected services. I want you to think of it like a central nervous system for your hotel's elevators. It's constantly feeling, listening, and communicating, providing that stream of real-time data you need to get ahead of problems long before they ever impact a single guest.
Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting. How in the world does an AI system know an elevator is about to fail when, to us, it seems perfectly fine? What is it actually looking for?
Well, it's all about data. The system has all these sensors, and they are constantly, and I mean constantly, monitoring over 200 different parameters for each elevator. We're talking everything from the speed of the doors to the temperature of the motor, even the tiniest little variations in how the car levels with the floor. Every single one of these data points is being collected and analyzed, 24/7.
You see, the AI isn't waiting for something big to go wrong. It's actively hunting for what are called microfaults. These are super tiny, practically invisible glitches that you or I would never, ever notice. Things like a door that's just a fraction of a second slower than it was yesterday, or a motor that's running just a couple of degrees warmer. These are the whispers, the very first warning signs that a bigger problem is coming. So, let's take an example. The AI might flag that an elevator door is taking just half a second longer to close than it did last week. Now, to a person, you'd never, ever notice a change that small. I mean, a door closing in 2.5 seconds instead of 2, it feels completely normal to us. But the AI sees that tiny difference, compares it to thousands of other data points, and says, hold on a second. That could be a sign of a failing door motor, or maybe a dirty track. It immediately triggers an alert. A technician can then come in overnight and fix it, and the guests, they never even had a clue there was a potential problem.
But this isn't just about fixing small things before they become big things. This incredible stream of data, it completely changes the game for long-term planning. We're talking about how hotels budget for some of their most expensive assets.
What the system does is it generates a health score for every single lift in the building. It's basically a report card. This gives you a really clear, objective, data-driven look at the state of your elevators and escalators, ranking them by their current condition and performance.
So, for you as future hotel leaders, you can look at a chart like this and see instantly where you need to focus your attention and your budget. Lifts A and B, they're looking pretty good. But lift C over there with a score of 67%, that's a clear signal that it needs to be on the list for modernization in the next budget cycle. And we're not talking about small change here. A major lift modernization that can easily cost £500,000, sometimes more. So, here's the really crucial takeaway. This data completely removes the guesswork from those huge capital budget decisions. You're not basing a £500,000 decision on a gut feeling or some vague timeline anymore. No, you're using hard, factual data generated by the AI to make the smartest possible investment and ensure the long-term health of your building.
Okay, so let's bring this all together. How does this technology perfect that promise of invisible service we talked about at the beginning? Let's walk through the cycle.
This is what it looks like in practice. First, the AI detects a microfault that's completely invisible to humans. Then, a technician is automatically dispatched, a lot of times before the hotel staff even knows there's an issue. The repair happens during the quiet overnight hours, and the end result? The guest experience is never, ever interrupted. It's seamless.
So by using AI like this, the service becomes truly, genuinely invisible. You're not just fixing problems anymore. You are literally solving problems before they even have a chance to exist in the guest's world. And that is how you perfect the seamless experience that defines a world-class luxury hotel. So that brings us to the key question for you. As a future hospitality leader, how are you going to use data to uphold that sacred promise of luxury? The next time you step into a hotel elevator, I want you to just think for a second about all the invisible technology that's working behind the scenes to make your journey perfect. And as you build your careers, I challenge you to think about how you can use tools like data and AI, not just to meet guest expectations, but to get way out ahead of them. Because remember, in the world of luxury hospitality, the difference between good and truly great is often what you can't see.